Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya. In this video, we shall make an analysis of the polity questions which have appeared in Prelims 2024. So let us make an analysis as to whether they are easy, medium or difficult to tackle and what are the sources through which we can answer these questions. So this analysis will definitely help us to draw a conclusion with respect to the cutoff as well as the preparation strategy that is required for the upcoming, that is next year as well. Okay. So let us begin. So there was a question that as per the Article 368 of the Constitution, as per Article 368 of the Constitution of India, the Parliament may amend any provision of the Constitution by way of addition, variation, repeal. So this was the question. So this is a very easy question because if you have read the amendment of the Constitution topic in Lakshmikant, so very easily we will be able to answer this question. So this can be classified as a easy question. So under article number 368, we can do all the three. We can add, we can vary and we can repeal as well. So the answer for this question is 1, 2 and 3. The answer for this question is 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So article number 368, it deals with amendment of the Constitution. Okay. So amendment of the Constitution, the power has been given to Parliament. So Parliament can make the amendment, it can add new provisions. So if it can vary the existing provisions, as also it can repeal the existing provisions. Okay, provisions. A easy question. So this is, I classify it as a easy question. Next. So this is a question with respect to money bill. They asked which of the following statements are correct in respect of money bill in the Parliament. Okay, in the Parliament. So this question is slightly challenging. Okay, it's not that easy also and not that much difficult. So we can classify this question as medium. Okay, we'll classify this question as medium. Why medium? Because generally when we discuss about the money bill, often we connect it to article number 110. Okay, 110. But here they asked about 109. Okay, 109. So article number 110, it gives a definition of the money bill. Whereas the article number 109, it mentions about the special procedure in respect of money bills. So we know about the money bill special procedure. So what is that? So money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. It can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. So Rajya Sabha does not have any power to amend the money bill. Okay, money bill, and there is no provision for joint sitting. So all these things they are present in article number 109. So hence generally we will not be focusing that much on article number 109, and hence this question is considered as what medium. It's not that easy and also not that difficult. If you look at the second option, the money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. So what is Council of States? Rajya Sabha. Yes, it cannot be introduced in Council of States. Second statement is correct. Second statement is correct. The Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes, but cannot reject it. Very important. So Rajya Sabha, it can give the approval, but it cannot make any kind of amendments. Okay, and it cannot reject the bill, but it can suggest changes, and these changes can be either accepted by the Lok Sabha or even if the Lok Sabha rejects it also, it will not make any difference. Okay, it will not make any difference. So third statement is also correct. So Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes. Okay, suggest recommendations, but cannot reject it. Okay, cannot reject the money bill. An important point to note. So these are both the second and third statement are correct. Okay, amendments to the money bill suggested by the Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by Lok Sabha. No. Okay, if it is an ordinary bill or if it is a constitutional amendment bill, then Lok Sabha have to accept the amendments suggested by the Rajya Sabha. But in case of money bill, Lok Sabha enjoys a special power wherein it need not consider the opinion of the Rajya Sabha. So hence fourth option is wrong. So here 2 is correct, 3 is correct. So how many such options we have? 2 and 3. Okay, so there is only one such option. What 2 and 3 is here, and also here we have 2 and 3. So now there will be a the catch-22 situation, because here in both the options we have 2 and 3. So now we should be aware of whether one is correct or not. So this is why we call it as a medium question, because majority of us will not be aware of article number 109. Okay, 109. And if at all we make a connection like only 110 deals with money bill and 109 does not deal with money bill, then we'll end up marking a wrong choice. So here it is important to note that 109, it mentions about the special procedure in respect of money bills. Hence the answer is 1, 2 and 3. Answer is 1, 2 and 3. Next, coming to next question. Coming to how many delimitation commissions have been constituted by the government of India till December 2023. So it's a tough question. I'll classify this question as tough question. Okay, tough question, because directly the content is not available in the Lakshmikant, and we have to some extent we can call it as a current affairs question as well as curiosity based question as well. So why this delimitation commission appears in the newspaper? So especially in the context of in the context of Jammu and Kashmir, and also in the context of the redrawal of the redrawal of the constituencies after the next delimitation. Okay, means after the next census, so the state's border will be not states, the number of constituencies will be it may either increase or decrease. So in that context it will appear. So the recent delimitation commission that was established was in 2002. Okay, 2002. So we have Delimitation Commission Act of 2002. But before that also, so 3 times a delimitation commission has been constituted by an act of parliament. Okay, by an act of parliament. Hence the answer here is 4. Okay, the answer is 4. But the question is tough. Okay, question is classified as tough or difficult. Okay, or difficult. Next, the Constitution 71st Amendment Act of 1992 amends the 8th schedule to the Constitution to include which of the following languages. So this is an easy question, because easily it is available in the Lakshmikant book, and also if you look through this question from curiosity point of view, so easily we can answer this question. Okay, this is a question which pertains to schedules of the Constitution. So in the 8th schedule we have 22 languages, but initially when the Constitution was enacted, we had only 14 languages, but later on extra languages were added. Okay, later extra languages were added. So here Maithili, if we eliminate Maithili, why will eliminate Maithili? Because 4 languages were added: Bodo, Dogri, Santali and Maithili. They were added at the same time through other amendment, but Konkani, Manipuri and Nepali, they were added through 71st amendment. So directly it is available in the book. So very easy question. So this is a easy question, and the answer here is 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. Next, okay, which of the following statements are correct about the Constitution of India? Constitution of India. So this is an easy question. Okay, this is an easy question. So some of them might think that might try to classify it as a tough question, but it's easy, because these are the basic things that we are supposed to know. Okay, so we must know about the 22 parts of the Constitution, which part deals with what. So hence this is easy. So we know that part 9A, it deals with municipalities. Okay, part 9A deals with municipalities, part 9 deals with Panchayat Raj, and part 9B, it deals with cooperative societies. So it's an easy thing. So first option is correct. Next, emergency provisions are given in part 18 of the Constitution. This also easy. So emergency is a very important topic, and it is present under part 18. Next, provisions related to amendment of the Constitution are given in part 20 of the Constitution. So this is also correct. So this is also an easy option. So here the answer is 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3, because directly they are available in the book, and based upon that we will be able to answer. So I will classify it as easy. Next, question number 75. So question number 75. So here I will classify this question as medium. It's not that easy also, not that difficult also. Okay, not that difficult also. So here, what is the question? Which one of the following statements is correct as per the Constitution of India? Interstate trade and commerce is a state subject under the state list. Interstate migration is a state subject under the state list. Interstate quarantine is a union subject under the union list. Corporation tax is a state subject under the state list. Okay, state list. So here it is medium. I will call it as a medium difficult, because we will not be able to memorize the subjects present in each and every list. Okay, each and every list. But at a superficial level, we should know that whenever there is a term called as interstate, so that cannot fall. It means it concerns more than one state. So whenever any matter concerns more than one state, then it will not come under the state's jurisdiction. So it extends to the center. Either it may be central list or concurrent list. Concurrent list. So here interstate trade, it's a central central subject. Okay, it's a union list subject. So interstate migration, this is also union list subject. Interstate quarantine, it is also union list subject. Okay, union list subject. And corporation tax, it is also union list subject. So corporation tax is a union list subject. So this point it appears difficult, but if we have a general curiosity, that is the companies which the tax which they pay, which is called as corporation tax. So it is a what union subject, okay, union tax, okay, union list subject. So if you look at professional tax, it belongs to what, state government. So in that fashion, if you are able to connect it, then it will be easy. But here interstate, see, for interstate trade they have mentioned it as state list, hence it is wrong. For interstate migration they have mentioned it as state list, hence it is wrong. Corporation tax they have mentioned it as state list, it is wrong. But coming to interstate quarantine, yes, it is a subject under the union list, okay, union list, hence the answer is C, okay. But it is not relatively that much easier. It requires what, a bit of thought process. We have to subject this question to a thought process. We have to do some kind of application, then itself we will be able to answer it. Hence I will classify it as medium, okay, as medium. Next, which one of the following articles of the Constitution of India has a Supreme Court of India placed the right to privacy? So this is the most easiest question. Why easiest question? Because often in the newspaper we hear about right to privacy, and also the same question has been asked multiple times in the previous year question papers as well. Hence it's very easy. The answer is article number D, option D, article number 21. Okay, right to life and liberty. So under right to life and liberty, so right to privacy is also considered as one of the right, easy question. Okay, easy question. Next, which of the following statements about the ethics committee in the Lok Sabha are correct? Okay, so this question I will classify it as difficult. Okay, difficult. So it's a current affairs based question, because in the Lakshmikant we will not find information up to this extent. So whatever the detailed explanation they are asking, so we will not get the detailed explanation up to this extent. But it was in current affairs in the context of expelling of a member, okay, with respect to their what behavior and all. So in that context it used to appear repeatedly. So here we need to know that ethics committee, it was initially ad hoc committee, okay, true. Later on it became a permanent committee, but initially it was an ad hoc committee. Hence option 1 is right. Option 1 is right. Next, only a member of Lok Sabha can make complaint relating to unethical conduct of a member of Lok Sabha. Okay, so it is tricky. So without knowledge we cannot answer this option. Yes, it is this second option is false, because anyone can make a complaint relating to the unethical conduct of a member of Lok Sabha to the ethics committee. So hence this second option is wrong. Okay, second option is wrong. So when you eliminate second one, you will be left with only one option, that is 193. Okay, 193. But also the committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. Okay, sub judice means anything where it is under the consideration of the judiciary. So such cases it cannot take, and it holds true always. Okay, always. Hence the answer is 193. Okay, 193. It is classified as a difficult question. Okay, a difficult question. Next, consider the following statements regarding the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. Okay, Adhiniyam. So it is considered, if those who are aware of the current affairs, then it's very easy question. If they are not aware of the current affairs, then it will become difficult. So we know that recently in 2023 a bill was passed to give reservation to women in Lok Sabha and the state legislative assemblies. So if we are aware of it, then we can easily answer this question. And also the recently concluded election, the Lok Sabha election. So which Lok Sabha it was, whether it was 17th Lok Sabha or 18th Lok Sabha. So the existing Lok Sabha itself was 18th Lok Sabha. Okay, if we are aware of it, then we will be able to answer this question. So this Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, it speaks about the women's reservation in Lok Sabha and the legislative assemblies. So in the recently what concluded Lok Sabha election, whether there was a reservation for women, no. So as per the recent constitutional amendment, wherein reservation for women have been given, so it will come into force after the census takes place, after the next census takes place. Okay, so the census is yet to take place. So 18th Lok Sabha has already been constituted. So the provisions of this will not come into force from the 18th Lok Sabha. So first option is wrong. Okay, because already the present Lok Sabha which recently got elected itself is 18th Lok Sabha, and in the 18th Lok Sabha the reservation for women has not yet come into force. Hence if you remove option number 1, if you eliminate 1 as wrong, then you will arrive at the answer 2 and 3. Okay, 2 and 3. But anyhow, we should be aware of the provisions of the women's reservation. So the women's reservation which is being brought, so that reservation, it does not extend to reservation in Rajya Sabha and does not extend to reservation in legislative council. It only extends to Lok Sabha and it extends to legislative assembly, also Delhi as well. Okay, also Delhi as well. So this will be in force for 15 years after becoming an act. Very important. Okay, it is not an eternal. For 15 years the act will be in force, wherein there will be seats will be reserved 33% seats will be reserved to women in Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly of the states. Okay, and Delhi. There are provisions for the reservation of seats for scheduled caste women within the quota reserved for scheduled castes. Okay, so now presently there is a reservation for scheduled caste. So now here, as per this new amendment, so within scheduled caste, so 33% of the seats will be reserved for scheduled caste women. Okay, scheduled caste women. Hence the answer is 2 and 3. Okay, 2 and 3. So here I'll call it as a what? Medium question, because generally we are aware of the current happenings, so hence we should be able to answer this question easily. So the answer is 2 and 3 only. Okay, 2 and 3 only. Next, the writ of prohibition is an order issued by the Supreme Court or High Court too. Okay. So this question, it's a easy question. Okay. It's an easy question. Why? Because in the Lakshmikant, when we read fundamental rights topic, so wherein the various writs have been discussed, so based upon that easily we should be able to answer. Okay. So here first one is wrong. Government officer prohibiting him from taking a particular action, false. High Court to Parliament legislative action, false. So here when it comes to writ of prohibition, so it is only with respect to judiciary, wherein a higher court will issue to a lower court. So Supreme Court can issue to High Court, or High Court can issue to lower courts. Okay, it may be district court, taluk court, etc. So here the lower court prohibiting continuation of proceeding in a case. So this is the correct answer. Okay, this is the correct answer. It's a very easy easy question. Okay, easy question. And apart from the writ of prohibition, we should be aware of the other writs as well. Okay, other writs as well. Next, 84th. So this is bit difficult question. This is a difficult question. Here it is a governor of the state who recognizes and declares any community of that state as scheduled tribe. So this is easily we can eliminate, because when it comes to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, so the power to recognize is bestowed on President of India and not governor. Okay, not governor. So governor, while declaring a community as a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, so president while declaring a community as a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, so he will consult the governor of the state. Okay, consultation is done, but governor of a state, he does not have the power to recognize or declare any community of that state as a scheduled tribe. Hence first one is false. First one is false. Next, a community declared as scheduled tribe in a state need not be so in another state. So this is correct. So let us assume one community is recognized as scheduled caste, scheduled tribe in Karnataka. The same tribe need not be recognized as scheduled tribe in the state of Maharashtra. Okay, it means the scheduled tribes are state specific. Okay, they are state specific. In one particular state, if you declare a particular community as a scheduled tribe, then whatever the provisions and the benefits that they can enjoy within that state, and they can enjoy the benefits with respect to central services like reservation and all. But the same do not get extended when they go to other state. Okay, other state. So hence second statement is correct. Second statement is correct. So the answer here is 2 only. Okay, 2 only. So it's a bit difficult question. Okay, it's a bit difficult question, because if you are unaware of this second part, then we will not be able to answer it correctly. But if we have a general curiosity, then based upon that, definitely we will be able to answer this question. Okay. So here at the same time, again recently concluded Lok Sabha elections and all we can take. So a person who belongs to scheduled caste in one state, so can he contest a Lok Sabha election under the scheduled caste in another state? Yes, he can contest, because here in another state he will not be contesting for the state elections or legislative assembly elections. He will be contesting for the Lok Sabha election. Okay, for central services he can access the services, but for the state level services, a person of one state cannot access the services of the other state under the reservation. Okay, reservation. So in this fashion, out of curiosity, we can connect the things. Now next, 85th question. So this is a very easy question. Why easy question? So with reference to the union budget, consider the following statements. The Union Finance Minister on behalf of the Prime Minister lays the annual financial statement before both the houses of Parliament. Okay, so it's wrong. So here the Constitution says that who has to lay the annual financial statement in front of the Parliament? It is President. It's President and not Prime Minister. So Union Finance Ministry every year when he presents the budget, because the term budget is not present in the Constitution, but the term annual financial statement is present in the Constitution. So Union Finance Minister on behalf of President, he will lay the annual financial statement. So it's a very obvious obviously we'll be knowing it. So first one is wrong. Okay, wrong. At the union level, no demand for grant can be made except on the recommendation of the President of India. So what is demand for grant? So the ministers and all, in order to spend money, so they require money. So they will subject a request. So this is the amount that we require in this year to spend on so and so schemes and all. Okay. So that demand for grant, it can be made only on the recommendation of the President. So this is correct. Okay, this is correct. So the answer here is 2. So directly from Lakshmikant, it can be answered. A easy question. Okay, a easy question. Next, with reference to the Speaker of Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. While any resolution for the removal of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha is under consideration, he shall not preside, he shall not have the right to speak, he shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. So first of all, it's a very easy question because directly it is available it can be answered through Lakshmikant in a topic called as Parliament. Okay. So yes, we are very much aware that when a resolution motion, when the resolution for the removal of Speaker is under consideration, Speaker cannot preside. So first one is right. Okay, right. He shall not have the right to speak. False. Okay. When the removal of Speaker is under consideration, he can speak. He has the right to speak. So second one is wrong. Okay, second one is wrong. Next, he shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. So this is false. So when he is serving as a speaker, he does not have a first instance vote. He has the power of casting vote. But when he is not presiding and when he is sitting as an ordinary member, when his resolution is when his removal resolution is under consideration, then he has the right of first instance. Okay, so right of first instance. But here they have mentioned that not entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. Hence, it is wrong. Okay, wrong. So again, the answer here is what? 1. Okay, 1. A very easy question which can be directly answered through Lakshmikant. Okay, Lakshmikant. Next, 94. Or 94. So, with reference to Indian Parliament, consider the following statements. A bill pending in the Lok Sabha lapses on its dissolution. A bill passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha lapses on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. A bill in regard to which President of India notified his intention to summon the House to a joint sitting lapses on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. Okay. Again, this is a very easy question. Those who read the Lakshmikant keenly, especially the topic of Parliament, so we'll be able to answer this question. Okay, answer this question. So here, understanding is very much important. Okay, understanding is very much important because these things generally they confuse us a lot. But once we understand, then we can easily answer this question. So a bill pending in Lok Sabha lapses on its dissolution. So when the Lok Sabha dissolves, so the bill which is pending in the Lok Sabha, obviously it will dissolve. So first one is right, correct. A bill passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha lapses on the dissolution of Lok Sabha. So this is also correct. A bill which has been passed by the Lok Sabha and it has been sent to Rajya Sabha, but before the Rajya Sabha decides on it, but still it is pending. At the same time, if the Lok Sabha dissolves, then the bill will get lapsed. So second one is also correct. First one is also correct. Second one is also correct. Next, a bill in regard to which President of India has notified his or her intention to summon the joint sitting lapses on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. Very important. So here, whenever there is a dispute with respect to ordinary bill, so there is a provision for joint sitting. Okay, there is a provision for joint sitting. So once the President has called for a joint sitting, after that, if the Lok Sabha dissolves, okay, if the Lok Sabha dissolves, then the bill will not lapse. The new coming Lok Sabha will if it wants, it can repeal the bill. But here the bill will not lapse. Okay, so third one is not true. On the dissolution of the Lok Sabha, the bill for which a joint sitting has already been notified by the President, so it will not lapse. Okay, it will not lapse. So here the answer is 1 and 2. And also if you look at the options, there is no option which consists of all the 3 options, that is 1, 2 and 3. So the answer here is 1 and 2, a very easy question. Okay, a very easy question. Next, question number 95. So this is a difficult question. Okay, this is a difficult question. With reference to the Parliament of India, consider the following statements. Prorogation of a house by the President of India does not require the advice of the Council of Ministers. Okay, Council of Ministers. So we know prorogation. So what is prorogation? When the session is over, so finally, if we take Lok Sabha as an example, so Speaker will issue adjournment sine die. So after that, generally, President will issue prorogue. Okay, it means now the session is closed. All the MPs you can return back to your home. Okay, to your home. So here, President does not require advice of the Council of Ministers. Whether it is true, So we have to understand here that, so president, so he does not have the discretionary power. Everything he has to act as per the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Okay. So whatever the Council of Ministers tell to president, the same he has to follow. So if the Council of Ministers ask him to summon, he has to summon. If the Council of Ministers ask him to prorogue the House, then he have to prorogue the House. So hence the first statement is wrong, because he required the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Okay, he cannot prorogue the House on his own. So hence first one is wrong. First one is wrong. Next, prorogation of House is generally done after the House is adjourned sine die. Okay, so who will do adjourn sine die? So the presiding officer. So in case of Lok Sabha it is Speaker, and in case of Rajya Sabha it is Chairman. Okay, so generally after the House is adjourned sine die by the presiding officer, then itself President will issue prorogation. Okay, prorogation or prorogue the House. But is there a bar to a President of India prorogating the House which is in session? It means still the Speaker or the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha has not issued adjournment sine die. So before that itself, whether President can issue prorogation? Yes. So if you go through the Lakshmikant, nowhere you will find it. Okay, nowhere you will find it. So probably if there was such kind of restriction, you would have found that restriction. Okay, you would have found that restriction while going through, while reading the provisions of the Constitution in Lakshmikant. So hence, the statement, there is no bar to the President of India proroguing the House which is in session. So this statement is correct. Okay, this statement, second statement is correct. Okay, correct. Next, dissolution of Lok Sabha is done by the President of India. True or false? Yes. Dissolution of the Lok Sabha is done by President of India. Save in exceptional circumstances does so in the advice of Council of Ministers. So here what we have to recall is whether in all the situations, so President of India require the advice of the Council of Ministers to dissolve Lok Sabha? No. Now probably if a government has lost confidence in the Lok Sabha, then President, while dissolving the Lok Sabha, he does not require the permission of the Council of Ministers. At his own discretion, he will dissolve the Lok Sabha. He will dissolve the Lok Sabha. But if there is no confidence, if there is a confidence of the Lok Sabha in the government, okay, in the government, at that time, if the President has to dissolve the Lok Sabha, then also he can dissolve, but only on the advice of the Council of Ministers. It means there are some situations wherein President can use his discretionary power to dissolve the Lok Sabha, whereas in majority of the other situations, President does not have the discretionary power. He has to work on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Okay, hence the third statement is also correct. So the answer is what? C, 2 and 3. Okay, C, 2 and 3. But as these provisions are not directly present in the Lakshmikant, we have to draw inference. Hence this question is considered as a difficult question. Okay, difficult question. Okay. Now coming to this question. So with reference to Government of India Act 1935, consider the following statements. It provided for the establishment of an All India Federation based on the union of the British Indian provinces and princely states. It's correct. So in the Lakshmikant, it's clearly mentioned. So as per the Government of India Act 1935, so it created an All India Federation, and this All India Federation, it consisted of union of British Unions, Indian provinces which are under the control of the Britishers, and princely states which are under the control of the kings. Okay, kings. So first statement is correct. So directly from Lakshmikant itself we can answer. So coming to the second point, defense and foreign affairs were kept under the control of the federal legislature. So this point is bit tricky. Hence this question can be called as was medium. Okay. This question is not neither easy nor difficult. It's a medium level question because one option can be easily answered. The second option, defense and foreign affairs. So if you look at the Government of India Act 1935, it created 3 lists. Okay, central list, federal list, state list, concurrent list, and the residual powers were given to residual powers were given to whom? They were given to Governor General. Okay, Governor General. Now this defense and foreign affairs, they are not residual matters, so they are important matters, and these important matters, they were under the control of the federal legislature. It means the central legislature, it had the power to make laws with respect to defense and foreign affairs. So hence first one is also right, and second one is also right. So the answer here is both 1 and 2. Okay, both 1 and 2. So it can be considered as a medium question. Okay, medium question. So this was about the questions which appeared in Prelims 2024 from Polity. Okay, from Polity. So if you look at the nature of questions, some of them, majority of the questions were easy, few of them were medium, and very few were difficult. Okay, difficult. So on an average, we can say that polity questions in 2024 were relatively easy compared to the previous year. Okay, previous year. So these questions should guide us in the preparation for the next year as well. So similarly, in the next video, we'll be making similar kind of analysis for other subjects as well. Okay. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.